she was walking home one day, and one of her friends across the street said, "Hey, Laura, are you going to go to Case? Did you hear about the test they're having?" She said, "No, I didn't hear about the test." He says, "Yeah, it was in the paper, and they're having open applications." She says, "Well, I don't know. I'm going to go home. I'll go ask my mom and dad and see if I can take the test." And she did. Sure enough, her dad was pleased as anything and said, "Yes, of course. We love Case." When she took the entrance exam to Case School of Applied Science, she walked into the auditorium and it was filled with men. And she thought to herself, maybe I'm just early. I'm one of the early women. There's sure to be other women coming in to take the test too. But then she found out, no, she was the only one who took the test and started in schooling toward physics.
Physics, yeah. That was my subject. It was a lot of work. I spent my time on that.
Her lab partners in physics, one of them was Donald Glaser, who went on to create the bubble chamber and won the Nobel Prize in Physics. As I was growing up, I should say, that was Donald Glaser, and that was my physics partner. My mother's sister also went to the Bolton School of Nursing at the time. And it's a good, funny story of how my mom met my father was that her sister Betty had a party and said, "Come on, Laura, you got to come to the party too." So my father came along, but my father was not one to socialize much, and so he was always the popcorn maker. When he was getting everything ready, he went out and he was looking around and he saw my mom sitting there, and she was just watching the people, and he says, "Hey, why don't you come on into the kitchen with me and we'll make some popcorn." So they talked over the popcorn and they talked about physics and mathematics and chemistry, all the things they were interested in over a big bowl of popcorn. His major was chemistry and mathematics, and he went on to work at NASA as an aeronautical engineer. And my mother worked at General Electric in Nela Park at the lamp division. And she actually tested fluorescent tubes. They were coming in at the time. My mom had been offered also a job out at Los Alamos, and that of course was the big research at the time for nuclear. To make a decision, it took her 6 months of going back and forth. She went out there and interviewed, and she was working at GE, so she really wasn't sure if she wanted to move out to New Mexico and be part of Los Alamos, so she decided to stay at General Electric and marry my dad and make a family.
Case. That's what I did. I was a good student, I know that.